Welcome to another edition of the REPMO Football Show. David Brazil with Coach Ryan Cornelson as we get set to talk Tiger football, coming off a fantastic win against Neosho, a team that has been great offensively all season, and the defense had a great night. Offense looked good too. Just a good all-around performance.
Yeah, I think that was probably our best overall performance. And again, like you said, the defense had to really step up and play well. They have a really good offense, and so they've been putting up a lot of points, a lot of yards against in our conference, not just against not good teams. They've been doing it against good teams, and so we felt like our plan was good. We put the challenge on our kids all week to we got to bounce back. We got to get back to what we are, who we are, execute what our plan, and so it was really, I was really proud of them just to see them come out after the emotional loss and get back to the important stuff and really just execute what they were told to do. And they did it with intensity. They did it with played really hard. Was able to get a lot of stops. And then offensively, the same thing. Like we've got to execute our plan and make sure we know who we're blocking and get it done. And I felt like we were clicking on all cylinders. We had the one drive stall, but overall, I just felt like I could tell they got the message and they understood that. We play a certain style, we play a certain brand, and if we get away from that, we're not very good. So we've got to stick with what we know, and they did that and came up with a big win.
I just thought in the few kids that I talked to between the Carthage game and Friday against Neosho, I just got the sense that they were locked in and ready to show that was a fluke or put it behind them.
Yeah, anytime you lose like that, and it was a lot of those were our mistakes, and it was emotional, and we lost our composure. All those things we've talked about, and then you come in on Sunday and your coach is on you pretty good and challenging you, and we got to do better than that. And I felt like, I felt pretty sure we'd play really well. You never really know, but as a coach, when you put those challenges on them and you're on them during the week, and then they come out and they do perform like what you think they're capable of, that makes coaching really fun, and that makes it special. And so I was just proud of the kids. Like maybe to others it was just a regular season game. To us it was all right. We got to figure out who we are, and I felt like they did that and played most in all phases, played really well, and so it was nice to see.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights. There's a lot to get to, so we'll jump right into them. And you got the ball first and moved the ball, even though you didn't score on this drive.
Yeah, again, the first drive they were really good in the middle with their nose and tackle, and we knew that. So just try to figure out what they were going to give us, what they were going to do with those two guys, and they moved them around a lot. But we got as the game went, our push got better. Even here early, that's a pretty good push there. And again, that's just us. Stay low, fire off the ball. Doesn't really matter how good the defense is or their individual players. If we do things the right way, we should be able to move the line of scrimmage. And you can see there, each play we're doing that. Now, those 3 or 4 yard gains, later on turn into bigger. There's just the bootleg off the right side, and Jen made a really big block there. They blitzed underneath, and Jen picked it up. And anytime your guys are understanding the offense well enough to be able to pick up a blitz, that's a good thing. Right there, we had it. I mean, we were there. Preston just slipped. I don't know if he tripped on somebody, slipped. It just those things happen. Line up and be ready the next drive.
How much is that first drive, just quickly, how much is that first drive scripted based on what you need to find out?
Yeah, it's scripted through most of it, honestly. Now we get away from the script, if it's a third and long, whatever. But we stick to the script just so we can kind of see what we're getting, what blocking scheme. It's not maybe the plays look very similar, but the schemes are different, and so then you start figuring out what schemes are good. That first defensive stop we just watched was huge. To come out first drive and stalemate them and basically be all over every play they ran was really big. Now. Obviously, our offense wasn't pleased with not scoring, so they came back out with the mentality of we're going to get the thing in the end zone and went right down the field and put it in.
And then defense right back out there and just, again, all over them. You were in the backfield when you needed to be. Coverage downfield was good most of the time.
I think, again, we try to take away the run. This was kind of a fluke play, and he either got the first or got close there. But trying to take away the run. The thing that allows us to do that is our guys being able to play man to man against good receivers, and we're able to take it away. And when we can do that, we feel like pretty good chances we can stop the run. And so sometimes the DBs don't get credit for stopping the run, but in our scheme, it's huge. The fact that they can man up, and now we've gained a number in the box, and we're able to stop the run with that extra guy. So that's really big for us.
Really, first 3 drives. This is the second touchdown for Preston, but first 3 drives were just run it and typical Republic drives.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see is as the drives continue and as we put the ball in the end zone, the push gets bigger and bigger, the gaps become bigger, and we're able to find those seams. This is a great play by Kieran. I mean, obviously that catch is amazing.
Yeah.
Probably carried too far over to the middle. It probably should have stayed more on the backside. But either way, going up and making that big catch and great throw by Preston. We had great protection. We've spent more time, at these last few weeks with our play action game just because it hasn't been very good. And so to see it do well this week and be able to execute it, I think our kids realize what we practice is going to help us in games and make sure we give great effort on it.
Defense didn't give up a first down till late in the second quarter, and
Right.
never would have predicted that. I kind of thought, well, as I was thinking about it going in, and I think on the pregame show, I said, this is going to be probably a shootout in the first half. Republic will wear them down, and the second half, Republic will pull away. But they didn't even get a chance to be in the shootout with the way the defense played.
Yeah, I mean, the plan was good. The kids knew it. They knew we had some new stuff that week, and I know Ethan gets his pick here in a minute. That was new. So there was a couple new wrinkles they hadn't seen us do, but the kids executed the entire plan really well. And when they do that and everybody's doing their job, you got a chance to play really good defense.
Good run there by Jen. Ball came out, but he was down. It
Yeah.
was the turf that caused it.
Yeah, Jen does a good job of cutting up, turning up, and getting the yards that we need to keep the chains moving, and that was a great example. Again, just a base play there, give it to Isaiah up the gut, and let him get to the end zone.
This one of the only big plays, and it wasn't even that big because the DBs were there behind him.
Yeah, we had 2 missed tackles in space. When one thing it's tough. There's Ethan's pick there. He was excited. He knew all week that we set him up for that, and so he was just waiting for that call and for that play. And Ethan's savvy, man. He understands when you tell him like, hey, this is where it's going to be. So I was pretty sure he was going to be close. Whether he could catch it with his hand all taped up, but he did a great job doing that. Yeah, here. So again, now we're into our spread, our 2-minute before half. We haven't done this a whole lot, but I felt like we executed it pretty well. We had one bad play, but other than that, we were able to move the ball down and put the ball in the end zone through the air. Kids are obviously excited when we do that because we don't do it very much, so they were excited. But there's our other missed tackle that created a big play. The best thing about this, the hustle to not let him get in the end zone. Like we're all still, we know it was a bad play, but we gave great effort to keep him out of the end zone, which then prevented them from getting in. Yeah,
Kieran was back, and he kind of got turned around, but he made the receiver get turned around and almost fell down before anybody could get back to tackle him.
For sure. And that this is a great example of next play. Obviously, that was a bad play. It was a big play for him. And everybody kind of has a role. Here, our DB has to take away the one-on-one shot. He does that. Our D-line and inside guys have to take away the run game. And so getting that stop and everybody staying with, hustling and making sure we get it down allowed us to keep him out of the end zone, and that's always big.
Yeah, that was ruled incomplete. I actually thought maybe it was going to be a fumble. It didn't matter, though, because it was 4th down. So got the ball back and got another chance.
Yeah. Just throwing quick game there. Felt, obviously with Kieran out there, you feel like you got a chance that he can make a guy miss, and those are things that, we're trying to make sure that's part of our offense. And now you can tell things are starting to break wide open. And when you get to this point, you feel pretty good that things are going your way, and you just got to keep grinding, stay low. We got a little bit high on the backside there, but got him into the end zone. So overall, the offense, like I said, from an offensive line standpoint, I felt like there was 2 or 3 bad plays in there, but for the most part, did really well.
Yeah, they scored 2 touchdowns late on big plays, and we'll look at the stats in a little bit, but you take those last 2 big plays away late in the game, and their offense really didn't do very much statistically or any other way.
Yeah, and honestly, our second group here, they got ripped a little bit yesterday. Just we can't, when they come in, they got to come in ready to play and know the scheme. And obviously, we didn't very well because we got gashed right out of the bat there. That's just our triple option there. Coop makes the right read, gets the pitch. Him and Tristan been doing that for a while, so they connect pretty well on that and know where the ball is going to be. We did have a penalty that brought it back, but it was nice to see them execute the offense. Now they're all mad at me because I didn't let them score here, but it's to me that's part of it. Like game's over, do the right thing and show respect to the other team and need it out and was a great night.
All right, that's going to do it for the highlights. We'll be back with more after this on the REPMO Football Show.
This is Vanessa at Beauty and Wellness Co. At Beauty and Wellness, we are all about REPMO spirit, and we're also about helping you optimize your internal wellness and enhance your external beauty. Whether you're looking to age gracefully or just looking for a boost of energy to help you refuel and recover, we are the place to go. Visit our spot at Highway 174 and Main Street. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at Beauty Plus Wellness CO or call us at 417-590-8200.
Go Tigers!
Welcome back to the REPMO Football Show. Before we go on, I want to thank Mark at Whataburger for being a big supporter of Republic Tiger Sports and also providing drinks throughout the season for the show. Let's take a look at the game by the numbers, courtesy of Elliott Robinson and company. And we're always looking at time of possession, number of plays run, and boy, it was dominant. 71-36, almost doubled them up on the number of plays you ran that week.
Yeah, and that, obviously to do that, both sides of the ball have to play well. Offense has to keep the chains moving, and we talked about that a lot these last couple of weeks, and we've had drives that have stalled out, and even the one we didn't punch in the end zone, we still had a good long drive. And I think we took the whole first quarter. We got to make sure we put that in the end zone, but. That's a big key for us, and when it's 71-36, your defense got them off the field, and so obviously that's a big stat for us anytime it looks like that.
And I know some of the guys, especially Preston, were very happy with the passing yards, 106-89. You outpassed Neosho, which is a more of a pass-happy offense.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would have guessed that was going to happen, but and again, we've worked on it. We were continuing to get better at it. It's part of our offense that needs to be a weapon and can be a weapon and has been, but it's also been troublesome. We've broke down. We've had scrambles, and that when those things are occurring, now you're risking a bad play. And so that's a great example of when it's effective. It could be a big part of our offense, and it was Friday night, and it needs to be as we move forward. And so we'll continue to work hard on it, make sure we have a plan that we can accomplish and execute, and hopefully continue to build on that.
Yeah, 17 first downs to 3. That was similar to the Chiefs-Raiders game. That was pretty lopsided on the number of first downs. Individually, over on that side, Preston had 145 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. I think he was happier about getting to throw 9 passes when I talked to him after the game. And then you had 4 different guys with receptions out of the 6, so able to spread it around a little bit too.
Yeah, when you get to the 2-minute, there's just more options there, and there's more things. Now you're having to read some coverage and figure out who's open, and so other guys are, you got a chance for more guys to touch it. The play to Gien there, that's one of the plays on the other end that I don't see, and so that was a design play that they work every week, and so anytime you get to run those plays, our offense, again, they go through, there's probably 12 plays down there that they run every day, and so they understand them really well, they know them, and they always get excited when we get to call them, and so that was one to Gien, and they executed it really well, and so that was fun to see as well. And then obviously Norman and Montiel there. Montiel had a big night. With tackles for loss. He's really has turned into a really good player off the edge. we do a lot of different things with him. Sometimes he's more of a D end and has to kind of control the box, and then there's times he's more of an edge guy. And this was the week that we also dropped him into coverage underneath, and that's where he got the interception. So that's great for him to have a big night, and obviously Norman has been a good player each and every game. We need him to continue to do that.
All right, that's a look at the game by the numbers. We'll be back after this with Jen Villasica and Treyton Gray. They play the same position. We're going to talk to them at the same time after this on the REPMO Football Show.
Looking for your next ride? Come see us at Pinnaker Chevrolet in Republic. Not only do we have a great selection of new Chevrolets on the lot, we've got a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, all makes, all models, ready to drive home today. Need to sell or trade? We're buying cars, trucks, and SUVs, and we'll give you top dollar, no strings attached. Fair deals with local people you can trust. Let our family take care of yours at Pinnaker Chevrolet in Republic or online at pinnakerchevrolet.com.
Welcome back to the REPMO Football Show. We are doing something a little different here today. We've got two players at the same time, and that's because they basically play the same position. Jen Villasica, Treyton Gray, and thought it would be fun to have you guys in here and talk about that. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Jen, go first and tell me a little bit about the position and what package you run in and all of that.
Yeah, so I play Z slot back, and the package I'm in is Marine, Cadet, or really anything other than Army. And I block most of the time, and I do get some running plays, but majority of the time it's blocking, getting to the linebacker, or blocking out at D end.
Okay. Treyton?
Yeah, well, I play Z as well, and it's mostly in the Army package. And we do a lot of blocking of the end, more so than the linebacker. And I do a lot of wrapping around too, and option fakes as well. And we get the ball sometimes too.
So, what's the difference as far as what you need to prepare for? Are you preparing the same, basically every week, or are you preparing differently every week?
It's almost really the same, because like if either of us get hurt, then the other has to step up and fill the position. Since we both technically play the same position, it's really just the personnel that matters for the different formations.
Great.
Yeah, really, we do the same stuff.
Do you guys feel like you've got a little closer relationship than some of the other guys on the team because of that, or are you just so focused on what you're trying to do individually? How does that play out?
Well, we always hang out after school,
Yeah.
partially due to this, but before this we've hung out after school as well.
Yeah.
But this really brought us closer together, I think.
What do you like about the position that you play? And for those who don't know, you're one of the guys who's off kind of in the slot back or Z, and so what do you like about that position?
You go.
For me, it's really just like just the blocking. I actually really enjoy blocking and just watching, like, turn around and see like a big play happen. Like, you make a good block, you see a good play happen right behind you. I think it's one of the best feelings.
Treyton?
For me, I really like when we get the ball, it's more of a speed game rather than pure strength. Whereas like the fullback, he's got to push through some people. We have the opportunity to make big plays, and I like that.
What's the biggest challenge of this position, Jim?
I'd say it's easily trying to block out a DN, because I mean, some of those dudes are huge. Like some of those dudes are like 6'4", 200 some pounds. That is probably the toughest thing for me.
Great.
I think it's when we have to block the linebacker, they shift around a lot. So just knowing where he's going to be and how fast he's coming down, that plays a big factor.
Jen, you had a touchdown. I think that was your first. Was that your first touchdown?
First receiving
this week,
touchdown.
First receiving touchdown. Talk to me about that play.
Yeah, that was kind of one of like our special trick plays. I mean, we're never out in like a spread look. So like he just threw us in a spread look, and we practice those like trick plays almost every day in practice. Like, we never think we're going to use some of them until like it actually happens. So we actually did use it, and it was a nice play.
Did you have a pretty good idea you were going to get the ball based on the play, or that's the way the play's drawn up?
Most of those trick plays are designed for like one specific person, and I knew it was getting to me, and I knew I had to get in it.
You had to reach for the.
Yeah, I did have to reach for it. We were a little too far. We were like maybe 7 yards away from the end zone.
Yeah.
So I was like, usually this is like a 2-point play.
Treyton, you had a couple of big touchdowns earlier this year, and I guess the longest one was at Kickapoo.
Yeah.
Tell me about that game and that play.
I think that game, it was a big game for me. I had a play before that where I was pretty close to the end zone,
Yeah.
about a yard shy or so. And I was thinking, man, we don't get the ball too often, so I kind of missed my opportunity there. But thankfully, Coach called another play. And I think it made out to be like a 67-yard touchdown or so.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. What are you looking forward to as we come to the end of the regular season already? I know it's flown by for me. It's probably flown by for you too. What are you looking forward to about the rest of the way?
I'm looking forward to playing new teams. If we can make it far enough, we'll get to play some teams we haven't played before, and I think that'll be interesting.
Jim?
Yeah, I mean, a long playoff run is always fun, and I think that's probably one of the best parts of the season.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for joining me. Good luck against Willard, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you for having
Thank you.
us.
Back after this on the REPMO Football Show.
I want to say thank you to Miss Plotter because she taught me how to be a good kid and not throw things in class. I want to say thank you to Miss Plotner for helping me in math class.
I want to say thank you to my dad for coaching me all through youth football.
I want to thank Miss Gallion for helping me study in math class.
I want to say thank you to Mr. Dobson for being a great role model.
I want to say thank you to Miss Plotner for always being easy to talk to.
I want to say thank you to Mr. Dobson for being an amazing math teacher.
I want to say thank you to the lunch ladies that feed me every day.
I'd like to thank Miss Schaefer for being an amazing trainer and teacher.
I'd like to thank Miss Davis in 4th grade for being a good human being.
I'd like to thank Miss Miller for being a great role model.
I want to say thank you to Miss Gallion for always being there for me.
I'd like to thank Nurse Nancy and Mr. Garrett for always looking out for me.
I want to thank Mrs. Hunziker for her coolness.
I'd like to thank Miss Fenton for always
to look forward to each day.
I'd like to thank Miss Blonder for helping me get through 2 math classes.
I'd like to thank Miss Penny for helping me with math.
I would like to thank Mr. Dooms for being awesome.
I would like to thank Coach Pruitt for making football tough and fun.
Since 2014, Republic Animal Hospital has been caring for pets with the personal touch you'd expect from a hometown clinic.
You know people are friendly here. I think there's still those small town values here, and I like being part of the community.
From dogs and cats to pocket pets, Dr. Ferguson and her team provide compassionate care in a comfortable, expanded facility designed for both pets and their people. Republic Animal Hospital, caring for your pets because they're family. Welcome back to the REPMO Football Show. David Brazil with Coach Ryan Cornelson, getting set for, hard to believe, the last week of the regular season. You've got Willard coming in. It's senior night. Let's talk about Willard. They've had a rough season, but I know they'll be ready to go on Friday.
Yeah.
Nope, on Thursday.
On Thursday, yeah. And so, one, the injuries they've had, I think I've seen 4 different quarterbacks in. Last week, their top 2 receivers didn't play. We expect them to be back. So it's been a rough year just for them with different guys in and out. And, for any of us, when that occurs, it gets tough. Yeah. Not having a record that's not great in the COC, that doesn't always say as much as it would if you were in a weak conference. Yeah. They're in a conference where each week all of us have to play really well. And you look at, you got Webb and Joplin, Carthage, and us, and there's a lot of good teams. So they've struggled a little bit. But for us, it is your last regular season game. We got to come out and execute at a high level. We want to make sure we're playing our best football right now and heading into districts. So that'll be the focus. And again, those receivers, they hurt us last year, and the same 2 guys. Yeah. And so if you look at last year, the records were probably similar. And we went into half, and it was close. We were barely up. It was not a good game for us. And honestly, we haven't played very well against Willard since, other than the playoff game 2 years ago. We've struggled, and so they've got big kids. It's a game that we need to play better in because we haven't played very well since I've been here. and we need to do a better job this Thursday.
So no guarantees, but you'll probably end up playing them twice in a row. Does that change anything?
No, I mean, yes and no. I mean, it's obviously you look at different matchups, and then you okay, is this, are we looking at this week and thinking we might do this week, But and I tell our kids, like, my goal is to go win one game at a time and do the best you can. And so we have a plan specific for this week, and if it works, we'll probably run it again next week. If it doesn't, we'll adjust and figure out what was good and bad. I told the kids, this is probably the strangest 2 weeks in my 23 years as a head coach. You've got 2 Thursday games, which in Kansas City, I had a lot of Thursday games, but since I've been here, we haven't. But 2 Thursday games, possibly.
Not guaranteed yet,
right.
But we're looking at Thursday for the next one.
Yeah, we're planning on doing Thursday if Misha okays it, but they won't okay it till after the Friday's game. So we're planning for it. That could be retracted when we play on Friday, but being it's Halloween, we're trying to play on Thursday. But you not only do you have 2 Thursday games, now you have the same team. So I've never played the same team back to back. So now I've got 2 Thursdays that I haven't had here, same teams back to back with a 4-day weekend with fall break. I'm like, this is probably the craziest I've had, and so we've already started talking about it, and staying locked in. We're going to have to do that.
All right.
Tornado drill. Get that on film.
All right. All right. That's going to do it for this week's REPMO Football Show. Had a slight announcement of a tornado drill in there, but that's going to do it.
Yeah,
we're done.
We're done.
And we'll see you on Thursday night. Make sure the yelling is...